Very good morning, students. In the previous session, we have started the classification of polymers. Until based on mode of formation or based on the mechanism, we have completed in the previous session. And let us continue the classification of polymers based on the structure. Yes. So is all the polymers are having same structure? No, all the polymers are not having same structure. We have seen many types of polymer structures till now. And some of the polymers are having a linear manner, that means a straight manner. And in the previous session, we have seen, in the previous class, we have seen one of the polymer structure, how the polymer structure was. The polymer was having a three-dimensional structure, the cross-linked structure. That means some of the polymers are having a straight chain manner, and some of the polymers are having a cross-linked manner, the three-dimensional polymer, and some of the polymers are having a branched-like structures. So based on the structure, we have three types of polymers. One is called linear polymer, and second one is a branched chain polymer, and the third one is called the cross-linked polymers. These are also called as a three-dimensional polymer. So let us see one by one. Linear polymers are nothing but in these polymers, monomers are linked with each other and form a long straight chain. So how the monomers are linking? These are linking with each other. See here, how the A's are joining with each other. See, all the A's are linking with each other. A is a monomer here. A is a single monomer. And how all the monomers are linking with each other? All the monomers are linking to one to another in a linear manner. And these chains has any side chains. See here, is it having any side chain? It is not having any side chain. It is having a linear manner or a straight chain manner. And their molecules are closely packed and have high density, tensile strength, and the melting point. Because of the linear manner, these are very, very strong. And these are having the high density and also having the high tensile strength. One of the best polymer is high density polyethylene and nylons. These are having a straight chain manner. So these are the best examples of linear polymer. So in the linear polymer, how the monomers are arranging with each other. See here, in this, all the monomers are linking with each other in a linear manner. And the next type of polymer is the branched chain. See here, it is one of the polymer chain and which is having a branches. See, to the straight chain only we are having some branches. Such type of polymers are called the branched chain polymer. They have a straight long chain with different side chains. Initially, the polymer is like a previous one only, like this only. But here, along with that, we have a branches on it. So such type of polymer is a branched chain polymer. And their molecules are irregularly packed. Hence, they have low density, tensile strength, and the melting point. Because of improper arrangement, these are not properly arranged. So because of the improper arrangement, these are having a low density, low tensile strength, and the low melting point. And the example is the low density polyethylene and low density polyethylene, lower density part. So these two are the best examples are the branched chain polymers, which are having a low strength, minimum strength. And the last one is the cross-linked polymer. See here, the cross-linked polymer, if you understand the straight chain polymer, you can understand the cross-linked. See here, each one is a straight chain, but all the straight chains are linking with each other. So that is a cross-linked polymer. So in these monomeric units are linked together to constitute a three-dimensional network. So the links involved are called cross links. These links are called the cross links. And they are very hard, rigid, and brittle due to their network structure. So these are very, very strong and these are having the brittle nature because of the three-dimensional structure. Example is the bakelite, melamine, formaldehyde resins, vulcanized rubber. Here, all these are having a cross-linked structure like this. This is a cross-linked structure. See here, how the cross-linked, how these two polymer chains are linking with each other with the help of the sulfide. So with the help of sulfur, these two polymer chains are linking with each other. So it is called the cross-linked polymers. So how many types of polymers we have? There are 3 types of polymers based on the structure. One is called linear polymers, and second one branched chain polymers, and the third one is the cross-linked polymers. See here, these are straight chains and these are cross-linked. Sorry, these are branched chain and these are cross-linked. See here, the cross-linked structure is like this. Yes, these are the various types of polymers based on their structure. And the next classification by application and physical properties. By application and the physical properties. So based on their physical properties and based on the application, we are having around 3 types of polymers. One is called fibers, plastics, and the elastomers. Let us see one by one. One is fibers. If polymer is drawn into long filament like materials whose length is at least 100 times its diameter, are said to be converted into fiber. So if any polymer which is having a long filament like material and whose length is at least 100 times to its diameter, if its length is 100 times to its diameter, those can be converted into fibers. And they have high tensile strength because of high intermolecular attractive forces like hydrogen bonding. Yes, so these fibers are very, very strong. See here how the rope is. Yes, and rope is one of the best example is the fiber. And even in the doormats also we are using the fibers. And these fibers are closely packing with each other. So these are having a strong intermolecular forces and a strong covalent bond. Because of that, the fibers are very, very strong and which is having more tensile strength compared to the plastics and the elastomers. The fibers are very, very tough like nature and high crystalline. Example is nylon and the terylene. These are also highly crystalline. These are having the crystalline nature. And the next one is the plastics. You know how the plastics are. Now we have seen in the thermoplastics and the thermosetting how the plastics are is the monomers are closely packing with each other. No, there is no proper arrangement of the monomers in the plastics. And polymer is shaped into hard and tough utility articles by application of heat and pressure is known as the plastics. But how we are making? We are making into hard by heating and by applying pressure on it. So such type of polymers are called the plastics. And here the intermolecular forces between polymer chains are intermediate between elastomers and the fibers. We know that fibers are having more strength and more tough-like nature. But whereas for plastics, it is not much tough than the fibers. But these are stronger than the elastomers. That means these are having intermediate between the fibers and the elastomers. And they are partially crystalline, whereas the fibers are completely crystalline. They are very crystalline, strong crystalline nature. But whereas the plastics are moderate, because of moderate nature, these are partially crystalline, not completely crystalline. Partially means moderately crystalline. For example, polystyrene, PVC, and polymethyl methacrylate. Polymethyl methacrylate also one of the best example of plastic. And where you have seen polymethyl methacrylate? Did you hear about polymethyl methacrylate? Maybe you don't remember, but polymethyl methacrylate is using in the preparation of the semi-permeable membrane in the reverse osmosis process. And it is made by the plastic. And what is the use of polymethyl methacrylate? It is using to send the solvent particles from high concentrated solution to low concentrated solution. Yes. So that is polymethyl methacrylate nature. Yes. So all these are the examples of the plastics. Now let us see the last one. Last one based on the physical properties, that is elastomers. Maybe you know the synthetic rubber, how the rubber nature is. Is it having elastic nature? Yes, of course. The elastomers are having the plasticity nature, not plasticity, elasticity nature. Why the elastomers are having elastic nature? That means which can be stretched because of the weak intermolecular forces. But why the elastomers are having weak intermolecular forces? Because of the arrangement of monomers. That means how the monomers are arranging. These are arranging with the weak van der Waals forces. These are not closely packing with each other. That means all the monomers are not closely packing with each other. There is some gap between the two monomer units in the polymer chain. And one more, these are not strongly bonding with each other. These are with weak van der Waals forces. So because of that reason, elastomers are having the elastic nature. They are solids with rubber-like elastic properties. And here the polymeric chains are held together by the weakest intermolecular forces. So they are highly amorphous in nature. Amorphous is nothing but powder form. And these weak binding forces permit them to be stretched. Because of these weak bonding forces, this can be stretched twice or thrice to its original length. And again, when we are releasing the force, again it come back to its original shape because of that elastic nature, because of the weak intermolecular forces. Example is a natural rubber, Buna S rubber, Buna N rubber, vulcanized rubber. And Buna S rubber is part of our syllabus that we will see in the next class, how Buna S rubber is going to be synthesized. So these are about the classification based on the physical property and based on its nature. And now let us see the next classification. But before that, let us see this formation Buna S rubber. Just I'm giving the example here. Briefly, I will explain you in the next class. This is 1,3-butadiene and this is styrene. These are the two monomers. These are participating in the copolymerization. What is mean by copolymer? I explained now. I explained in the previous class. What is mean by the copolymer? Copolymer is nothing but if the polymer is synthesizing by adding two different types of monomers. This is one type of monomer and this is another type of monomer. When the two different type of monomers are adding to each other, we are getting a polymer. That polymer is called the copolymer. So there are two monomers in the Buna S rubber. What are they? One is 1,3-butadiene and another one is the styrene. So when the double bonds are shifting from one monomer unit to another monomer unit, we are getting this polymer chain. And I'll explain you in the next class why this double bond is came here. And another example, Buna N rubber. In Buna N also it is similar. See here, we have 1,3-butadiene and here also we have 1,3-butadiene. But in the place of styrene, we have acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile. See here, in the place of C6H5, we have CN. That's it. But remaining all are same here. In the place of C6H5, we have CN. That is the difference between Buna S rubber and the Buna N rubber. Yes. So this is called the neoprene. Neoprene is not part of our syllabus, but this is the preparation of Buna S rubber and the Buna N rubber. Now resins. I explained in the ion exchange method about the resin. I said that we are using the resin in the polymer in the ion exchange process to remove the cations and the anions in the water. Yes. So what is the use of resin over there? To exchanging the cations and the anions in the water. But what is mean by the resin? Resin is nothing but the polymer. So let us see what is the resin here. A resin is one of the polymer. But what is the characteristic of the particular resin? Resins are having low molecular weight. And these polymers which are used as adhesives. Adhesives are nothing but, for example, Fevicol or glue. Yes. So these are adhesives. Adhesives are nothing but the materials which are used to binding the two materials. That is mean by the adhesive. And sealants, etc. Yes, so where these resins are using, generally resins are using as the adhesives or the sealant, and in a liquid form are described as liquid resins. So if we are using the resins in the form of liquid, that is called the liquid resin, but generally we are using the plasticized resins in the laboratory to purify the water sample or to purify the chemicals and to exchange the cations and the anions in any sample. We are using the resins. An example, epoxy adhesives and polysulfide sealants. Yes, these are the examples of the resins and which are using in the adhesive and the sealants. These are the examples. And the next classification, which is very, very important in the external examination also, based on the tacticity. And this is the last classification based on the tacticity. But before that, what is mean by the tacticity? Tacticity is nothing but arrangement of not arrangement of functional groups or arrangement of groups on the polymer chain is called the tacticity. How we are going to arrange the functional groups on the polymer chain? Based on that manner, based on based on the tacticity, we are having some type of polymers. So let us see. Tacticity is simply means deposition of side groups in the space. So deposition of side groups. Side groups are nothing but the functional groups. We are depositing the functional group in the space. Space is nothing but here polymer. And the head to tail configuration in which the functional groups are all deposited on the same side of the chain is called isotactic polymer. See here in this example. In this example, how all the R's, this is R. Yes, R is one of the functional group here. Just let us assume R is a functional group. And the first example, how R's are going to be arranged on the skeleton, all the R's are arranging in the same side. If all the R's are arranging in the same side, that is called isotactic polymer. So the head to tail configuration in which these are called heads and the tails, heads and the tails. Head to tail configuration in which the functional groups are all deposited on the same side. If all are arranging at the same side, that is called isotactic. Iso means same. Tactic means arranging. If same side are arranging, that is called isotactic polymer. If the deposition of side groups is in alternating fashion, see here, R, 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 R. One is at the right side and another is at the left side, right and left. So if these are arranging in the alternative manner, that is called the syndiotactic polymer. How the functional groups are arranging in the polymer chain? These are arranging in the alternative manner on the polymer chain. So that is called syndiotactic polymer, not synditactic, syndiotactic polymer. And the last one, if the deposition of side groups are at random around the main, it is called the atactic polymer. See in this, R, R, R. Here two times it is arranging at the right side and suddenly it is moving to the left side. That means there is no proper arrangement. There is an improper arrangement on the polymer chain. Such type are called atactic. So first one is isotactic. In isotactic, all the functional groups are, that means R's are arranging at the same side. In the second example, there is no proper arrangement of R. So that is called atactic polymer. And in the third example, there is alternative arrangement of functional group on the polymer chain. So that is called the syndiotactic polymer. That is based on the tacticity. And other parameters of classification by crystallinity and by backbone atom. So based on the crystallinity, we are having crystalline and the amorphous. You know what is mean by the crystalline? Yes, crystal nature or nothing but the hard nature, the crystals. But amorphous is nothing but the powder. In crystalline, monomers are arranging in the ordered way. So these are arranging in the order manner. But whereas in the amorphous, these are not arranging. These are arranged in the random way. That means these are not arranging in a proper manner. So whatever the monomers, whatever the polymers are not having the proper arrangement, those are in the amorphous state. But whatever the polymers are having a proper arrangement, that means a ordered manner, such type of polymers are having a crystalline nature. And the next one, by backbone of atom. By backbone of atom. So there are two types of polymers based on the backbone. One is the organic and another one is the inorganic. This I explained in the previous class. In organic, we have only carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen only there on the polymer chain. But whereas in the inorganic, other than the carbon hydrogen, we have on the polymer chain, for example, silicone rubber, silanes. In silicone rubber, we have SiOSi that we are having in the syllabus that I will explain you in the next class. SiOSi on the polymer chain. But is it having carbon and hydrogen on the polymer chain? No, such type of polymers are called the inorganic polymers. But till now, whatever we have seen the polymers, those are organic polymers. So organic polymers means polymer backbone is made up of carbon atom. And inorganic polymers means the polymer backbone is made up of other atoms. So that is organic and the inorganic. So there are various reference books are there, but I'm going to prefer that Shikha Agarwal, and another one is Jain and Jain. From these two books, the better book is the Shikha Agarwal. If you go through this book, you will get all the information which is useful to the examination, which are also available in the laboratory. Not laboratory, library, sorry. So these are the various classifications. Just let us see here. So these are the 7 classifications. All are very, very important in the external. By origin, how many types of polymers? 2, natural, synthetic. Based on the monomer, 2 polymers, homo, co. By thermal response, 2 types of polymers, thermoplastics, thermosettings. By mode of formation, 2 types of polymers. One is called additional polymers, second one is called condensational polymer. And by structure, there are 3 types of polymers: linear, branched, cross-linked polymer. And by application and physical properties, there are 3 types of polymers. One is called fibers, plastics, and elastomers. And based on the tacticity, also 3 types of polymers: isotactic, atactic, and syndiotactic. So with this, we have completed all the classification and all the basic concepts in the polymer chemistry. And from next class, all the topics are very, very, very important for the long answer question. Till now, whatever I explained, these are important for the short answer question. So remaining, I will explain you in the next class. And thank you so much.